In this lesson, we are going to review the order of operations. Probably most of you learned Please Excuse My Dear Aunt Sally to help you remember what order operations come in, also known as Pemdas. So we're going to review these real quickly in this lesson, and first thing we will talk about is parentheses. Okay, in order of operations, the P stands for parentheses, but parentheses is just one of the things that is included in this step. This step is actually talking about grouping symbols. So parentheses are a grouping symbol, but we also have other grouping symbols that we will be talking about this year. So you need to make sure that you jot these down in your notes. And I'll start you off with the first one. The first grouping symbol that we'll discuss other than parentheses are brackets. Brackets are like parentheses, only they're squared off. And a lot of times you will see brackets where we have parentheses inside the brackets. So you're solving parentheses, then you might solve inside the brackets. It's just another type of grouping symbol. The next type of grouping symbol would be the fraction bar. And the fraction bar says I have to do whatever is on top first. So I may have 6 plus 3 on top, and then my fraction bar with a 3 underneath it. So I have to consider this kind of like these are grouped together. I must do these first, the 6 plus 3, before I can do the division. And the last grouping symbol are absolute value symbols. These are the vertical lines where you have a number inside, and it says I need to find the absolute value before I can move on with the rest of the problem. You may also see something like -6 minus 3 in absolute value symbols. It's like parentheses. I need to solve what's inside first, then take the absolute value to finish my problem. The next step in order of operations for excuse, E stands for exponents. Exponents are written as a number to a power. For example, 2 to the 3rd power. If you remember, this means 2 times 2 times 2. It does not mean 2 times 3. It means 2 is the number to be multiplied by itself 3 times. 2 is the base. And the exponent, which is the little 3 to the right, tells us how many times the base will be multiplied by itself. So this would equal 8. So we would do exponents second. The next step in the order of operations is to multiply or divide left to right. This means multiplication could be listed first or division could be listed first. It doesn't matter which is listed first, but you're going to do multiplication and or division left to right. And let me give you a quick example. Let's say we have 6 times 3 plus 4 divided by 2. Well, the order of operation says we need to do the 6 times 3 because it's listed first in multiply divide, and then we need to do the 4 divided by 2, and then we can do the last step of addition. And then our last step would be to add and or subtract left to right. Again, this means it could be addition is listed first or subtraction could be listed first. It doesn't matter which one. It's either of those two operations. You're going to do that left to right. So let me give you another example real quick. Okay, so for this example, we're just going to work left to right. We're going to get 10 minus 6 plus 4. 10 minus 6 is 4 plus 4, and then our answer would be 8. Okay, so here's an example. This is not on your notes, but you might want to write it off to the side. I have 5 times, and then in brackets, 6 plus, and then I have in parentheses embedded into the brackets, so 2 times 2 in parentheses, and then you have the in bracket, plus 3 squared. So we're going to work this out. We're going to do parentheses first, so I'm going to work inside my bracket right here. So I have 6 plus 4. Now I cannot drop my brackets, I have to keep those because I haven't completed everything inside. And then I'm going to add 3 squared. So now I still have to finish what's in my brackets, and then I'm going to move to my exponents. So 5 right next to a bracket means 5 times. Well, 6 plus 4 is 10, so now I'm going to put 5 times 10. I can drop my brackets now because I've simplified everything within. Plus, well, what's 3 times 3? Because now I need to do my exponents. Done brackets, exponents. Well, 3 times 3 is 9. Now I'm going to work left to right. For multiplication or division is first. So I'm going to do 5 times 10, which is 50. Then the last thing I have is to add 9. So my answer should be 59. Okay, so now you have 3 examples on your handout for your notes. If you notice, you actually have variables in your problem, so you're going to have to look and see what the variable represents. For example, in the first example, we have n equals 8. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to rewrite my example using 8. So I'll do number 1, get it started anyway. You're going to start with n plus, in parentheses, 13 minus n divided by 5, and n is going to equal 8. So the first thing I'm going to do is just replace n. So I can see what's going on in my problem. I am not going to start solving anything. I'm just going to replace n with 8, and then I'm going to follow order of operations to solve it. Do that with the next 2 examples, and then we'll talk about these in class when we get back together. Good luck!